There is a new company that is taking over reselling, and it's called GRS, Global Resale Solutions. And it's a group of professional resellers that look to dominate the reselling market. This company has slowly been expanding across the West, and they just arrived here in Utah. So far, from what I have noticed, they have some kind of local deal with the local thrift stores where they are able to pick inventory from the back of the thrift store before it even comes out onto the floor. They also have a large group of pickers, and these pickers are hitting all the local thrift stores, yard sales, and estate sales, and they are completely cleaning the shelves. These professional pickers overwhelmingly know more than any other reseller with inside the store or yard sale or estate sale. And I was able to speak to one of them, and they told me that they are very well paid to just go out and pick the best inventory, and all they have to do is buy it and ship it off to a hub in Kansas. This guy also told me that their whole business model is to just sell things as cheaply and as quickly as possible. He told me that they have some big investors backing this whole program and that they essentially have unlimited funds. He said his personal credit card that the company gave him has a $500,000 limit, and more or less he could buy the store that we were standing in. That hub in Kansas, he said, can process 5,000 items a day and can also ship out about 5,000 items each and every single day. He said that that plant runs 24/7 with inventory coming out, getting listed, and inventory immediately going right out the door. He also told me that they have some kind of deal with FedEx where it's super cheap for them to ship things out. So they ship everything same day with 2-day delivery time through FedEx, and they're able to offer their items with free shipping because the rates that they were able to negotiate with FedEx are so cheap. I said, you guys can't possibly know everything, and he said that's where I was wrong. That this company is recruiting some of the best resellers and then flying them out to Kansas at their headquarters where they go through a 4-week reseller training program. This company even has a mock thrift store that they use to train their new recruits to find out which items to pick up and how much they can spend on each item. They're also taught various other skills such as negotiation tactics and how to make deals with thrift stores and estate sale companies so that these other companies will sell their items directly to this company versus going through the hassle of running an estate sale or even running a thrift store. They started in Kansas and they slowly moved into Colorado, and they have just arrived here in Utah. He told me that they have plans to have this up and running on the East Coast by the end of the month and be in all lower 48 states by the end of the year. He said GRS wants to become the Amazon of the secondhand merchandise market. He said that they are just out to control the whole market and that they offer the best customer service, and they're following Amazon's exact footsteps by offering very fast shipping, excellent customer service, free returns, free shipping, and they're sourcing the best inventory that they can at the cheapest prices so that they can undercut every other reseller and completely dominate the market. Now, while you're hearing all of this, you might be thinking, it's not going to affect me because I sell in whatever niche and they're not going to be able to know as much as I am, or this is super unfair, they need to be stopped, or maybe you're even thinking this is the end of reselling. I would personally argue that all of these thoughts are meaningless and that there's a better plan of attack. Well, the good news is Global Resale Solutions doesn't actually exist, or at least doesn't exist yet. Sorry for lying to you. However, this was an exercise I used to help me future-proof my reselling business. And in this video, I'm going to break down how I plan to future-proof my eBay reselling business against companies like this. And if you stick around to the very end, I'm actually going to share my exact plan of attack moving forward. So why did I create this fake company called Global Resale Solutions? The other week I was watching a video on Dick's Sporting Goods and how they've had to continue to fight in order to remain in business despite so many other brick and mortar stores no longer existing. So I'm going to play a quick clip from this video, and what I want you to do is, instead of thinking about Dick's Sporting Goods, think about your own reselling business and how this can help you.
We started this concept probably 8 years ago. And the idea was we were going to build what we characterize as the store of the future. The North Star that I put out there was we need to build the concept, that will kill Dick's Sporting Goods. If somebody else opened this store across the street from the store we're in today, traditional store, we're out of business. We could not compete. And I think that's what we did.
My favorite quote from this video is, "We need to build the concept that will kill Dick's Sporting Goods. If someone else opened this store across the street from where we are today, we are out of business. We could not compete." My takeaway is, in order to future-proof my business, I need to build the business that would kill my current reselling business. At least build it in theory so that I understand what pain points I might have in the future and how I can implement plans and strategies today so that these aren't issues later down the road. Did you guys know that 72% of you guys watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel? Do yourself a favor and hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any future content. So I'm going to break down my actual current reselling business and the strategies I would implement to kill my actual business and how I can prevent that moving forward. So scenario number one, someone comes into my sourcing area with more knowledge, more money, and more connections than I have. My action plan is pretty simple. I'm going to continue to gain more knowledge. Every day I am going to learn new items that I can be reselling. I'm also going to start saving more money so that I have an endless supply of cash so that when those big deals come along, I'm able to jump on that opportunity and purchase those large deals. I'm also going to continue to network in my area and study the competition and opportunities in my area so that I am the person with the most connections and the most knowledge and the most money. Scenario number two, someone hires a bunch of employees to handle all the steps of reselling so that they can outpace me. My action plan, well, currently I'm not really in the position to hire people for my business. However, what I can do is speed up my processes to compete with people that have a few employees. So one of the ways that I plan to do this is by sourcing better items. So sourcing items that don't require testing, cleaning, and repair. The faster I can get an item listed, the faster I can outpace my competition. This also goes for me with shipping. I am no longer going to source large items that take a long time to pack and ship, especially breakable items. How many video games and pairs of jeans can I ship and get out the door before I ship one VCR combo player? It's a lot. Scenario number three, this person has better customer service and better prices than I do. My plan of attack, well, it's pretty simple. I'm going to continue to source very high sell-through rate items. I'm going to make my money on the purchase of the item rather than the sale. This means that I am not going to pay up for items that only make me a little bit of profit. I want to make sure that I have enough margin of error that I can discount my items if the market starts to come down because someone comes in and unloads a bunch of merchandise within that particular category and tanks the whole market. I want to make sure that I have that cushion built into the items I'm picking up. As for customer service, I'm going to continue to offer returns. I'm going to continue to answer buyers' questions, and I'm going to continue to ship items as fast as possible. That means getting items out the same day that the buyer bought the item, and I'm also going to make sure that my shipping prices are competitive and that my item prices are very competitive within the market. I think when people hear about competition, especially something as big as global resale solutions, I think their first reaction is to find excuses, ignore the problem, and then take some small steps to try to outsmart their competition. I think real winners in any business aren't as concerned about competition as they are about growing their own business. Now, don't get me wrong, I pay close attention to what my competition is doing. However, I don't obsess over my competition. I think it's very important to focus on your own business and growing your own business each day. If you continue to grow your business each day and make it better day after day after day, your competition will fall behind and you will outpace them, and they'll be left trying to catch up to you. Whether you're just starting out or you've been selling for 30 years, if you just put all your focus on growing your business as big as it can and putting yourself out of business or killing your own business, you will outpace your competition, who is going to be too worried about trying to keep up with you rather than growing their own business. I hope this exercise gave you something to think about. And if you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy this one. So go ahead and give it a click.